Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you some things that I got for my upcoming market. My market is on Saturday, and then I have a 2-day market the week after. So I'm trying to sew stuff for both markets. I think I'm good. There's some more other things that I want to do, but I want to show you like what I've done so far. And before I end this video, I have a tutorial for you um, of one of the things I've done. And I think the week after, I'm going to post another tutorial of another item that I made. So, first of all, what do I show you? Anyway, I'm going to show you the stuff I made, and then I'm going to show you the stuff that I bought to use as displays for the market. So my first thing is these coasters. I am so in love with these. They're so cute. I call them my spider web coasters. So I made like 20 of these, and I'm going to put them like in packs of 4. That's what I'm going to do. And the next thing I made, mini coin wallets, or I call them wristlet wallets or keychain wallets. And the reason I call them that is because, and I use this for work, well, I use this for every day. So it's the wristlet. My AirPods go here, and my wallet goes here. My cards are in here, or like my driver's license and stuff like that. And then I just hang it around my wrist, and yeah. I think I showed you that in the last video. So the tutorial that I have at the end of this video is to make this little wallet. It is so cute. It is so cute. And so I think I have like 32 of these done. Let me show you my Halloween themed ones. So there's thread on here. My little colorful skeleton. This is my favorite, candy corn. I have 2 versions of the bats, and then I have the cats. I'm wondering, I made like 1 each. Oh, there's a thread. I made like 1 each of these, and I'm like, I probably should make more because they're so pretty. Like, look at those. And then I have like my fall version. So the fall colors, I have those. I have obviously my Rifle Paper Co. I love Rifle Paper Co. fabrics. I have that. I guess I can show you all my patterns. This one is a favorite of mine as well. Another Rifle Paper Co. option. I don't know what to call this, but it has like little animals on it. I have like giraffe, elephants, like lions. Maybe it's like my safari. What else do I have? This I think is a Moda fabric. This one I had made before, I quilted it, but I like this version more. And you'll see what I did in the tutorial. I have this version. Mushrooms, the fall leaves that I showed you earlier, and more Rifle Paper Co. And then I have this odd one here. It's just a little brown. I really don't know what pattern this is, but that's what I have done. The next thing I did was make wristlets for all of them. Ignore the cork. This is cork. I made this in a tutorial before, but they have wristlets to match, and that will be an option if someone wants to purchase those. And the next thing I made is all these little AirPod cases. Where's my AirPod? So it goes in to here like this. I still have to put snaps on here, and that I have another tutorial film for that as well. That'll probably come out the week after. So yeah, I have all these little AirPod cases all done just to put snaps on. And there's a little loop for you to attach everything together. Right now, I am working on a stack of these. So your iPad could fit in here, or a book sleeve. And again, same pattern. Some of them I don't have enough fabric to do matching coin purses. So these are, I call them iPad sleeve, device sleeves. And they have a zipper. They all have a zipper at the top. So these I got done yesterday. And I have more that I'm working on. And I still have some that's sitting there cut. It's probably 4 more. Actually, it's 5. I have one on the machine behind there. But they're all quilted. And the zipper is installed and the lining is installed already. I did run out of zipper pulls for my gold zipper, and it's ordered already, so it's gonna come today. So like this one is gonna go with the gold zipper, and so is this one. So those I have to work on today. So those are the things that I got done so far for the market. Of course, I'm thinking about making other stuff, but I don't know if I have the time. I have this that I purchased in April. It's vinyl, the clear TPU vinyl, and it's so fall and I don't know what to make with it. Plus, I'm looking through my zippers and I don't know if I have a zipper color that I would love to put with this. So time will tell on this one. So the next thing I want to show you is some of the items that I got for the market to use as display. So I ordered a bunch of displays off Amazon. And this one I'm using to display my iPad device sleeves. It's a little bookcase and it goes together like that, like delicious. I like it because when what is the word? When I dismantle it, it's going to be flat. That's what I like about this. And it's wood. There's another piece, obviously, that goes into there. So I'm going to put it together and then see if I can show it to you. Okay. So this is I guess I should have my camera angled a different way so that it can okay, so this is how it goes together. And my idea is to put this on like this, like a book. So once I have, you know, my whole stack of them, it's gonna fall over. Once I have my whole stack of them, it's going to sit in here like that. That's my idea. Oh, maybe I should do, no, I don't know. Again, I'm going to do my mock-up market layout before, so just because it's an idea doesn't mean it will work, but that's my idea. I wish this one would sit nice so you can see, but that's basically, and then like have a whole, all that I have sewn. have not bookmarks, I have book sleeves as well that I would like to use to make, but I don't know if I'm gonna get that done. They are in different fabrics, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna get all those done. So the next thing, let me put this down. The next thing I have, they're still in boxes, are these they're plate racks. And I have the long one in these, but they're in white. And I didn't want, I think it's down there, but it's covered. I wanted wooden, like neutral color. That's what I wanted. So this is 2 sets. Oh, it's 4. It's 4. So that I'm thinking I could also display iPad sleeves, device sleeves, but I feel like it's not tall enough. I don't know. I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know. Another thing I ordered, and this one I have to put screws and stuff in. It's this greeting card display, but not using it for greeting cards. I'm using them for my mini wallets. So I should put this together to see how it looks. My idea is to put this there, and also my AirPod cases will go like on the top of this. Again, it's neutral, it's wood, and hopefully that works. And another thing I have is these risers. They're risers. And they are also bamboo. The legs are white, and this is the top. So my idea for this is to, on my table, to have like my makeup bags, and then put a riser behind it and have makeup bags on top of that as well. So it's like stadium seating, you know, elevated space using, you know, some of my vertical space. I also have wooden crates that I plan to incorporate. Don't know how yet. I'll do that in my mock-up. And what is this box? I did open it. Oh, this is my pride and joy. Well, it's not my pride and joy. It's just my favorite piece that I bought. It's a pegboard. It's a pegboard, and it has these legs, and it has the dowels. And my idea for this is to hang these. I'm not using this rack because my daughter is coming with me to help me at all these markets, and she is making little crochet pumpkins and sunflowers, and I think like I would give her that rack for her to use, and then I would use this one for the keychains. So yeah, that's what I purchased. The risers, these risers that I purchased, I have 2 sets of these, so I have 4. I have 4 of these. I have one 6-foot table, so I need to buy another table. I did order another shelf, but I don't think it's gonna get here on time. I was looking for a ladder shelf, and it's foldable. It's wooden, it's foldable, and I don't know if it's gonna get here on time. So I'm thinking I may buy another table. It's 10 by 10 space that I have for my market. So I think that's all I have to show you in terms of what I got for the market and all the products that I am making. So my next part of this video is to go to the tutorial. So the tutorial is past Hannah. When I say past, like I filmed it a couple days ago. So yeah, this is present Hannah. So the tutorial for this little coin pouch is on there, and I still have to film an intro and an outro I have to film an outro for this video, and I have to film an intro and an outro for the AirPod case that I make. And so that's gonna be maybe week after. But aren't these so stinking cute? Okay, I am going to continue sewing. I also want to embroider. I never finished embroidering my little cute ghost because I never got the tape that I need to finish it off. I have to physically go to the store because Amazon never got my order right, and they just refunded me my money. They also told me to keep it, and I tried to use it, and maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know. So yeah, that's what's up. My first market in 6 years. So I'm not nervous. I'm just apprehensive as to how to lay out my booth. I have this idea of what I want my booth to look like, and I'm not going to put like pressure on myself because this is my first after 6 years, and I know booth evolves. You know, you're gonna go there one day and it's gonna be like, oh well, I should do this or should I need to look for my weights. I know where my tent is. It's in the garage. I have to find my tablecloth. I have a week. And I work, and I have a couple appointments this week. Thankfully, it's all on Tuesday. I have to teach sewing on Tuesday, and but I don't have to do anything else any other day. So I'm gonna try and finish off these device sleeves, and then yeah. I want to embroider. I really want to embroider. There's some sunflower coasters that I want to do, but I don't know if I'll get through all of it. And if not, I have a market after that, so we shall see. Anyway, let's go on to the tutorial, and I will see you after that. Bye. See ya. So what we're starting with is a piece of fabric that is 5 inches by 6 inches. So you cut 2 of those to make your mini wallet, and fusible fleece is what I have ironed onto the back of the fabric. So you need 2 pieces of fusible fleece and 2 pieces of fabric, each cut 5 inches by 6 inches. That's the size I like. Next, you need a zipper. These zippers I had in my stash, they are 9 inches long. Obviously, I don't need all the 9 inches, but because these are tiny wallets and I don't want to put a tab on the end of the zipper, what I do is I line the zipper up on the 6-inch length of the fabric, and I just put the tape a little bit off the edge there. Let me turn it so you can see. So it just hangs off a little bit off the edge. That way when I sew the zipper pouch closed, it's gonna be sewn like right here. That's where my seam allowance is gonna go down. I don't want all of this in here because then my seam allowance is gonna be like really big. So that's why I hang it off the edge a little bit. And I just put a clip here to keep it in place. And now you have like this extra length. Obviously it's going to be cut off, but this is what I do to attach my zipper to my pouch. So I open it a little bit, and then I turn the zipper like this, and then I form like, I don't know, a seam, a corner, a mitered corner. That's what I do. I form a mitered corner like that, and then I baste it in place. So my stitch length on my machine is 5.95, and then I just sew across close to the edge to hold it in place. There. So when I close on the other side of my pouch, this is going to be my seam allowance. And now I attach this side of the zipper to the other piece of fabric. So right sides together. And then again, you want your zipper tape hanging off the edge a little bit. Just make sure and line up both sides of your pouch. Again, just basting in place. And then when I'm getting to the end, I do the same thing. I turn the zipper, you know, just like a corner. Some people would do this turn and stitch it down before they attach it, but I have so many of these little zipper pouches to do. I'm just trying to make my life easier and eliminate an additional step. So now it's stitched in place, and obviously I'm going to cut this off, the long parts of the zipper. But when you close the zipper, it's not going to go anywhere because of that fold we created. And then we're going to attach the lining next. The next step is to cut off the ends of your zippers. That's if you have a long zipper like mine, right? Obviously, if you don't, or if you're using zipper by the yard, you don't need to do this. I did not have a number 3 zipper by the yard. For those who don't know, there is number 3 zipper and there are number 5 zipper. The number 5 zipper, the teeth is thicker and wider. Let me grab a piece of my number 5 and show you the difference. This is a number 5 zipper. Do you see how wide that is here? And if I zip this together, it's hard to see in the, do I have another color? I do, but I have to get off my chair again. This is number 3. So the space, this is what you're looking at. That is number 3, and this is wider. That's number 5. That's the difference if you hear those terms being used in the community. Another tip I wanted to tell you, like if you had like a lot of stuff to sew of the same, just wind a bunch of bobbins. That way, when you've run out of thread, you don't have to like unthread your machine or, you know, stop to wind a bobbin again. So I have like 4 of this color because that's the color I'm using on these projects. And yeah, when it's done, I can just pop them in. Anyway, so my ends of my zipper is cut. And now it's time to attach the lining. So my lining is also the same size as my pouch. So the same 5 by 6 inches. And again, 2 pieces. My label is on one side. I do not like labels on the outside of my items. I may be old school, but I have tried putting the label on the outside that I see is very popular now. And I don't know, I just don't like the look of it. I think it hides the fabric. So now I'm going to attach my lining. Here's your zipper. You want your lining to go this way. So you're sandwiching the zipper between your main fabric and your lining fabric. And this is the good side of your lining fabric. And then I'm just going to attach it with my zipper foot. Now I'm moving my zipper foot a little bit closer to the zipper. I'm moving the needle, I should say, a little bit closer to the zipper because I wanted to cover this basting stitch that I initially did. And now my stitch length is going to be, what is my stitch length going to be? I will put it at 3.5 millimeters, my stitch length. I'm still going to top stitch after this, so I'm not too worried about attaching. When you get to the zipper part, you just move the zipper so that it's out of the way, and then you just continue sewing to the end. Give it a little back stitch, and now my lining is attached to that side of my zipper. And then I repeat the same process with the other piece of fabric. And here goes. You can backstitch as well in the beginning. Honestly, if I remember, I do. If I don't, I just keep sewing. Because it's going to be closed in anyway, and it's going to be top stitch. So it's not like the seam is going to come apart. And then it should look like this. So 2 pieces of fabric here, and on this side 2 pieces of lining. And my next step is to top stitch. I do not top stitch the lining part because it causes too much bulk when I'm doing the side seam. So what I do is, your seam is facing that way, and I turn my fabric down like this. My lining is that way, and make sure everything is nice and flat. My stitch length is now going to go to 3.7, and now I'm top stitching across the top of the pouch. I still use my zipper foot, and I just sew across the top with all the seam allowance under there. So I'm stitching the top fabric and the seam allowance together. And then I repeat the same thing on the other side. And there you go. Now we're going to go on to the next step. And these pouches have, what you call it, a little tab on the end so that you can attach it to the wristlet. And I made these strips yesterday. I made a whole bunch of them for all the pouches. There they are. I made a whole bunch of them for all the pouches that I have to do. And they were 2 inches wide by whatever length scrap of fabric I had. And then I just fold it. It's this little itty bitty thing. So maybe it's an inch. Maybe it's going to be like an inch long that I cut it. Because all it needs is for like a ring to go through it. And then I fold it. It's so tiny. I fold it. And then whoa. It's just jumping out of my hand. Maybe I should cut it a little bit longer. Let's see. Yeah, it probably should have been a little bit longer. Let's try a longer piece. So this is 1.5 inches long. It's just easier to hold. And then I just put it here. So where your zipper is opening, I put it like 1/2 inch down from the top. And I'm just going to tack that in place. So there. And what's going to happen is once I close the zipper pouch, my seam is going to be coming down here, and then you're going to have this little tab under there. Okay, so I will be right back with the other steps. Here's what I ripped out the ivory thread because I personally do not like how it looks. I am very, very particular with my sewing, and yeah, so I ripped that out. I do not like the ivory top stitching. I have a lot of zipper pouches that require ivory, but for this brown one and the other browns that I have, I will definitely be changing the thread for the top stitching. So here I am doing it again. Like, I even considered redoing this, which I probably can, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. So yeah, this looks so much better. So my next step is to do the sides. And so I flip it down like this. So you want your 2 pieces of lining this way and your 2 pieces of fabric that way. And you want to have your zipper open so that you can turn it inside out. And you want to make sure that your fabric is lined up, it's matching. I should probably have done this with Actually, here you can see better if I bring it closer. Let me get my camera to focus. Yeah, so make sure that your fabric is lined up, it's matching. And I put a clip in that just to hold it in place. And on this side, I do the same thing. It's kind of easier because the zipper is there, so it's easier to match. And then I sew around the pouch, but I have to leave a little bit opening so that I could turn it inside out. So I just put like a little mark here, a little mark there. That way I know I start from here and stitch and go around, and I come back here and I end here and I back stitch. So let's do this. And it's going to be the brown thread on the top and the ivory thread on the bottom. Or should I? It doesn't matter. And now I'm going to put my stitch length down to 2.5 because this is a seam. I backstitch my corners as well. Turn. And when you're getting to the zipper, you want to be careful because it has that metal teeth right there. So I know I can feel it. I put a little mark, but most of the time, well, the zipper foot is gonna touch it, so your needle would not hit it. So. And I like to backstitch this area too. Right about now, I'm going over the little tab that we put in there. I will backstitch over that as well. I just like to reinforce certain areas. And now I'm coming to the point where my top fabric is matched up. And I will be backstitching over that as well. And that's how it looks. And now I just cut my corners. I like to trim it down so there's not a lot of bulk. Same for the lining area. Cut any excess threads. If you hear noise, my chair is moving. My chair is on wheels. This chair I've had for over 21 years. It's an office chair that I bought at Staples. I bought it because I was sewing a lot at my job. I was working in a factory many, many years ago, and I was pregnant with my daughter, and they had like these hard wooden chairs, and it was just not good for me. So I went out and bought my own chair and took it to work. And I have this chair to this day. So I think I'm going to trim here a little bit more. And now we get to turn it inside out. And I hope I can, let's see if I can zoom out. And that way. And this is the reason you need your zipper to be open. If your zipper isn't open, you're going to have a hard time, you know, trying to get the zipper open in order to do this part. Okay. And get your corners. I have a tool. It's a point turner. I don't know where my wooden one is, but I love my wooden one because it's not as sharp. But I still use this to get my corners. Just be careful. Some people use a seam ripper. I would not. And now you want to get your zipper portion, the part with your zipper. Turn. So there. And you do the same for your lining as well. Like turn the corners. There. And this side. I don't close here yet. That's like my final step. So I leave it, I honestly leave it out like this. It looks like tissue coming out of a pouch. I do this, my last step, when I've done all my pouches. And once I know everything is fitting well, but you would close, like fold that there. And then you would just top stitch. Obviously, I would top stitch in the same color. And a back stitch here, stitch across, and back stitch there. And it's closed. And then this goes in here. And your pouch is closed. Yeah, see that white thread? That's bothering me. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is your little zipper pouch. And or coin purse, coin wallet. All of these things have to go down in there nice and neat. And then your zipper closes. This can attach to your wristlet. I'll show you in the next slide. The wristlet that I made. There's some thread hanging there that I need to cut. And I like this one. It really looks like fall. I love fall. This is very pretty. So this finish measurement, I don't even know where my tape is, but I have a ruler on my table right here. So it's like 5 inches width by 4 inches finish. And yeah, that's my wallet. In the next slide, I'll show you how I attach the wristlet and AirPods case as well that I'm doing for this. Okay guys, the wallet is finished. The mini coin wallet is finished. And here it is. Yeah, that color is still bothering me. But lesson learned for next time. Even though it's like, you know, it's not hard, it's just a hassle to change the thread because, you know, you're sewing 2 things out of your pile that's a different color. I think it's worth it in the end. So I will change that out next time. Anyway, here is the wristlet that I did. I will post a little short on how I do the wristlet. Well, at least what I cut out. I have a little short on how I cut that out and the interfacing that I use in that. So the wristlet is attached to the wallet, and you could have your keys on here. One thing I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. So here's the finished product. This is obviously the wristlet, and here's the mini wallet. And once I finish my tutorial on the AirPod case, that can just be attached to here. Everybody doesn't have AirPods, but you know. So again, it's optional. On my website, I have these as optional attachments. And I think what I'm going to do is have like a bundle price. That way, you know, they'll get like a little bit of a discount. So yeah, that's all for today. I am going to prep for my market. It's gonna be a full day today. It's gonna be a full day. Oh my gosh. Yesterday I was like thinking about all the stuff that I have to do, and I realized like I was putting myself under a lot of pressure, and I decided no pressure. You do what you can do, and that's it. It is what it is. You think anybody out there is going to know what you didn't get sewn? No, they're not going to know. They're not going to know. For the other market, I'll talk about that in the next video, but it's a garlic fest market. It's called Garlic Fest, and I got like garlic beamed fabric, but I also don't want to get stuck with it, so I'll be making some stuff specifically for that market as well. But it's easy stuff, so I'm not too worried about that. Anyway, rambling on. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. I'm getting a little bit better with YouTube. I think I like this, you know. I think I like this. It's like helping me build my community. I just need to show up for my community because I've been like so busy, but I'm trying to plan and organize my sewing. Yesterday I sat down last night while we were watching TV, while I was watching TV with my husband, and I was coming up with SKUs for my products. That's what I was doing. And I'm doing that because I want everything input into my website, and I want to barcode everything so that at the market I can just scan and make like the checkout process easy. That's what I want to do. So that's another bunch of stuff I have to do. Anyway, let me stop rambling and go do what I need to do today. So again, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Give me a like, guys. All the things if you like it. Don't do it if you don't like it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.